Hello campers, I wasn't planning on doing a pickups video, but it's a bank holiday and I thought, what the hell, you know, there's nothing much else to do on a bank holiday than do a pickups video. I've got enough to show, you know, so why not? And I think I've been sort of leaving it slightly too long in my research. I've been doing sort of roughly one a month. There's never a plan behind that. It's just how it worked out. I've just been putting things off, but I thought I'll do one slightly sooner this time for no particular reason other than I felt like doing a video. That's not, you know, there are other videos still on the way. The XCOM. I've filmed the next part of XCOM. I just have to cut it all into bits. It's good for. And we're just coming up to a very key section, which means you'll see anyway. You'll see. Yeah. Did everyone have a good weekend? Is everyone having a good bank holiday? I hope so. I had a strange, very strange Saturday night to Sunday morning. Very weird. I was sitting in here about 12:30, 1, and I had some sort of cats outside. And normally that's, you know, I don't pay it the slightest bit of notice because my cat loves fighting. She loves it. He can't get enough of it, so I just ignore him. But it was going on for a long time. So eventually I looked outside, and this fox had him up against the car. he was sort of like, he was up like this. He wasn't running away, so I'll give him, you know, I'll give him his dues, pay him his dues. He wasn't running away. That's, you know, but he was sort of like this, and the fox was right in his face. Going, you know, that foxes scream, making that horrible, nasty screaming noise. He was going like this, right in his face. It was like how I imagine like the Alex Ferguson hairdryer. It was literally like a foot away from our cat, just going right in his face. That was bizarre. So I had to go and rescue him because I had sort of mental images of my cat being savaged by a fox. And I keep seeing adverts on Channel 4 for anybody who has evidence of fox activity in their local area to write in. I wonder if I should tell them that I very nearly witnessed my cat being savaged by one of them. I don't think that's the sort of thing they're looking for. But I rescued him, and the fox ran away as soon as I opened the door, and he came running in. Normally, when he's fighting, he's really focused, and you can't really distract him. But obviously, in this case, he was shitting his pants because he ran straight in. And his tail was puffed right up when they're in sort of fighting mode. The tail just goes whoosh, and to make them look all massive. But yeah. So that was the one thing, and then I hadn't gone to bed. It was literally about 2:30, just before I went to bed. I was sitting here, and there was these two really weird. I've had problems like this before. Not a problem, but these two blokes sort of walked up the road, half 2 in the morning, and sort of stopped just outside my house on their phones. You know, as they do. But then one of them laid down in the road. So what the fuck is going on? One of them laid down in the road and started rolling. You know, when you're a kid, you go up to a hill and you roll down the road. That's what he did. He laid in the road and rolled down it. I was like, what the hell is going on? This is such a weird night. Just so bizarre. And then they sort of loitered around a bit, finished doing their rolling, and then left. What the hell was that about? I don't know what to think. And maybe I was dreaming it. Maybe it was 2 in the morning after all. But. And finally, to top it off, obviously went to sleep. I got up. I felt like going for a run, so I went for a run. And I don't know if anybody would remember in my recent videos, I've sort of made mention of where I live on. I live on a hill, and just down the road, there's a bend in the road. It's a blind bend, and the house on my side of the road is having building work done. And it's been there for bloody ages. And it's really irritating because they've blocked off the footpath. And then they've got a skip just outside the drive as well. So if I go down that way a lot because I can walk that way into town and to the car boot sale, and I always run down that way as well. So I'm down that way a lot. And so they're blocked off the footpath. They got the skip there. It's on a blind bend, and it's been winding me up for weeks. And I keep ignoring it. I'm a proper rebel, you know, walking through building sites. Well, in the end, I thought, fuck it. I'm going to move these signs because I'm really pissed off with having to walk out into the middle of the road just to get home, especially on a blind bend. Because if anybody remembers one of my videos last year where somebody crashed into my front garden, that's how the twats drive around here. So I'm not going to get myself run over just because some arsehole decides they want to cordon off the footpath, but they did anyway. So in the end I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to walk through. And on my way back from my run I thought, no, this time I'm going to nick the signs. So I nicked the signs, and I wasn't going to nick them properly, I was going to stash them somewhere. So I stashed them in a bush, and I picked the other one up and ran over the road and stashed it in the bush, you know, really daring stuff. But then this twat, this twat from the flats just over the road, he saw me doing it. He went, "Oi, what are you doing?" "Well, I'm moving the signs." And he went, "Oi, oi, oi." I sort of ignored it. I walked off up, and I stopped in my drive because I was obviously doing my warm down after my run. And he came out of his house, came out of his flat, and looked around a bit and saw me. He saw it down here. I went down. You know, he wanted to punch my lights out. This fucking old bald bastard. He looked like he was really angry. All I was doing was moving signs to stop myself getting run over. It's one of the strangest things, and he was like proper swearing. It really, really pissed me off. I was thinking, I'm not going to get any credibility from knocking this guy's lights out. I really wanted to, because it wasn't affecting him at all. It was me who's going to get run over every time I have to sort of walk right out into the middle of a blind bend just to get home. But no, he's going, you know, what is this, some sort of NIMBY thing, isn't it? The council put them there. I saw them. Yeah, I bet you did, because you spend all your time sitting in your horrible little house, like sort of looking out the window at everybody going past. That's why he saw me do it in the first place. So I just need to get this on my chest. So every time I walk past, he's gonna be watching me. I know he's gonna be watching me. I'm gonna sort of grab the sign and run off with it, just see if I can wind him up. Anyway. Lovely, that was yesterday. Now onto the pickups. Now it's over 7 minutes in. Deep breath. Anyway, yeah, pickups. Now I've got that off my chest. Right. It was my birthday recently, so I've had a little bit more extra cash. I know I've been spending a bit too much before that, but that's just continued on, so I thought, screw it. But anyway, who cares? It's my money, I can spend it how I like. If anybody ever gets criticised, I've noticed people get criticised for how they spend their money. If they spend a little bit too much money, they get criticised in the comments. I've had it, I've seen other people get it. Why the fuck do people think they have a right to dictate how you spend your money? Fuck you, all you wankers out there. Sorry, I'm angry. I've wound myself up. Anyway, pickups. Yeah. Computer Exchange, I saw it. Computer Exchange. I saw it on their website. It's a game that I've wanted for a while. I've had it on my list. It's quite difficult to get hold of, but not expensive at all. It might cost you a bit on eBay, but you should be able to get it cheap anywhere else. And it's not the best game, but it's a well-known series, and it's a Neo Contra. It's like the sort of 3D PS2 Contra, because I think the first Contra game on the PS2, Shattered Soldier, that was like standard Contra, 2D side scroller. But this isn't supposed to be quite as good, but it's not supposed to be bad in itself. But a game that I bought, I was made aware of by Pete. Pete's fantastic. Everybody's Pete. He did a gameplay of it. I'd not really heard of it. I knew it was like an early 360 game, and I saw a copy in Cash Converters, and it was sort of like a limited edition or special edition or something. I don't know what it's saying. Special edition, it says on the price label, and it looked pretty good. So it was Frontlines Fuel of War, and it was only £3. sorry, that way around. Only £3. No, that's not going to focus, is it? But no, Pete's video made it look pretty good, and I'm sort of becoming slightly jaded with these sort of real world first-person shooters. I like first-person shooters, but you know, sort of these real world ones where it's sort of political. There's too much politics involved. So I'd prefer like a, you know, you know, like a fantasy, so some sort of element of fantasy in it. So there's not politics involved, because I can get a bit jaded by that. You know, I mean, I don't necessarily want to go around shooting terrorists or something, because, you know, who knows, there might have been conscripts. You know, there's no context given to who it is you're actually fighting against, is there? But anyway, but this obviously, it's a sort of slightly future, it's a FPS from the future, and it looks pretty good, and it looked pretty good on Pete's gameplay video, and it comes highly recommended. It's actually got quite a lot of stuff in it. It's got a little Brady guide. Is it a Brady guide? Yeah, it is. Say a Brady guide, quick. If I can. Yeah, Brady Games. That comes with it. It's quite interesting. And whatever that is. It's supposed to have a good online game, but obviously I doubt it's still going. But yes, I'll knacker the case. But no, it looks pretty good, so I thought, why not? The game that I know is really good, and I know I've looked at it on eBay, and Computer Exchange charge a lot for it. But I know if you see it in Game Station, it's generally pretty cheap. It's on the Wii, it's Klonoa. Obviously I saw this at $4.99 and I pounced in it, whether I could afford it or not. Because it's sort of like an update of the PS1 games, isn't it? It's it's just called Klonoa, but it's, I've forgotten what the subtitle is. But no, it's supposed to be really good, and obviously you can use classic controllers and a GameCube controller, so you're not like a martyr to the Wiimote. So it's supposed to be really good, and the gameplay videos make it look really good. But I took it to the counter and it said $4.99, and he rung it up. And he'd not looked at the price label when he rung it up, and he went, "Oh, that's a $7.99, please." And I didn't even say anything, I was pointed. And he went, oh no, it's been mispriced. So I got that. That should have been $7.99, but I got it for $4.99. Got really lucky there. But I've noticed, I don't think anyone else has noticed, you don't get so many misprices anymore. I reckon people who sell games are getting more sort of stringent about their pricing when their prices change. They're very careful about it, because you don't really see them that much, do you? But it's strange. But that was obviously one occasion, because I know Game Station have been messing around with their prices since they did that promotion recently with their 10% or no, £10 extra on 3 trade-ins, didn't they? Yeah. So maybe that was one that just slipped for the nest. This next 6 things are all charity shop purchases. And again, this is my, I might go off on one of these charity shop rants, but it's less about charity shops and more about people dismissing any place you can get games. So I often watch pickups videos, and people will tout one source of video games over another. And obviously, places like eBay has its downsides, but you don't often hear about people who have good experiences. But Amazon's the same, Computer Exchange is the same, charity shops are the same, car boot sales are the same. People have their favourites, but often I see people dismiss things. It frustrates me when people do dismiss things, because we're all in the same boat together and we all want the best video games. But it doesn't really make sense to me for anybody to dismiss any source of video games unless you have like a real, personal reason for doing so. Say like, you obviously hear stories about people being ripped off on eBay, and that I can understand. But people get jaded about constant, sort of bad experiences, and I can understand that. But to dismiss things 100%, it doesn't really make sense to me. And Charity shops is the same. I think with charity shops, there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just persistence. And like I said in the past, I've probably done slightly better than I deserve to out of charity shops. And I've got 6 things here, and some of them are definitely worth it. You know, I mean, it's a demonstration of why everybody should be persistent and go and look in all the charity shops they have in their local area. You know, I'm quite passionate. Quite passionate. It's a passionate subject of mine. Maybe I should find other passions, but for this at the moment, this is it. First one, it's sort of all in ascending order almost. First one, a game I've never played. I think I had a demo of it on the PS1. Pandemonium. These are all £1. Just notice the price on the back. That was $4.99, $44.99 Smiths. It's pseudo 3D platform. It's isn't it like Klonoa, I think. It's sort of like 3D on a 2D plane, I think, isn't it? It's supposed to be pretty good. I know it got a second game in the series. A game I did have, but ruined for myself because I used a cheat with it and should never have done, because I gave myself infinite health and infinite ammo and access to all levels, and it's ruined the game for me. Although I'm quite happy to give it another go. It's Alien Trilogy, because I was massive into aliens at the time. I still am, really one of my favourite films. And obviously, it does really sort of evoke the sort of the feeling you get from watching the films. Pardon me, sorry. With the motion sensor and sort of like the sound of the pulsar rifles and stuff, you know, you feel like you're really there. And obviously, it was a game. Originally, I was always gonna try out, and I do really enjoy it. I've not tried it again since, but I've forgotten what these were from. These from a Mind, quite near me. Mind, yeah. And probably in this little batch, because there was probably about 10 or so PS1 games. I took 3. They're all £1 each. And this one's the best one out of the batch. It's another Final Fantasy VII. Now, this illustrates my point. I've probably found in the sort of 3 or 4 years I've been properly collecting video games. I've probably found 3 of these. No, probably 4. Nearer 4 of these in charity shops. I mean, they're not worth as much as they used to be, and obviously you have to take what you can get. But you know, it's it doesn't pay to be dismissive. Like I say, it doesn't pay to be dismissive of anywhere that there might be video games. It is complete, I think. The only downside is that it's sort of platinum. It's a black label case, but platinum stuff, and the manual looks like it's been spunked on. Somebody, didn't even know that was there. Oh, that's a nice advice, and it's got that as well. That's the demo disc for Final Fantasy Final Fantasy VIII. But I mean, actually, in the last week, I did go into a charity shop, and I saw another copy, but I passed on it. I saw another copy because it wasn't complete. And it was also with Final Fantasy IX, which wasn't complete. It didn't have its manual, whereas the Final Fantasy VII didn't have a disc 1, so that was obviously I wasn't going to go with that. They were £3, but they're there if you look. So it pays. It does pay just to be persistent. So I'm not don't mistake that from being smug, but anyway. More charity shop, 2 more charity shop purchases over this last weekend. Just out and about. Resident Evil 2 on the Dreamcast. That was £4, which I thought twice about. But then their logic is this has got 2 discs. They charge £2 a disc. And there was a whole load of Dreamcast games, and it also came with that. So obviously that was £2. So this has got 1 disc. So I thought, you put those 2 together and you pay £6 for those. And £3 isn't too bad. And I've got my Dreamcast now, thanks to Dan. And I think this one in particular, it has an arrange mode, which means it gives you instant access to all of the cheat stuff that you could get in the PS1 version. you know, you get like infinite ammo and all the best weapons. That alone is a reason to have it. So, and all those 5 games, all charity shops in the last week or so. And finally, not a game, but I needed one of these. This was £1. And Cat's Protection. What Cat's Protection? No, some local cat charity shop. But those 6 things, all from charity shops. So it's like, you know, it pays to go and have a look at least, doesn't it? I'm over 20 minutes. I'm gonna speed up. Out and about again last week. Went into one of the very few independent stores still around here, because there's hardly any. Most of them just closed down. It's probably slightly expensive for the sort of game it is, but not maybe the game itself. If it's going to focus, that is slowly focusing. It's Castlevania Double Pack. So that's Aria of Sorrow, which is Dawn of Sorrow on the DS, and Harmony of Dissonance. Harmony of Dissonance. I mean, that's just bullshit, isn't it? All that jargon. They love their cheesy titles of the Castlevania, but I mean, I'm not. You probably you don't often get an opportunity to get those, but so that it sort of made sense. I mean, I couldn't imagine I'd pay too much more on eBay just for a single cartridge. But then you factor in postage, and you know, you probably will pay more than a £5. And obviously, you're getting your money's worth because you get two good Castlevania games. Essentially, you know, £2.50 each. Which you know, you don't often get a Castlevania game, any Castlevania game, for £2.50. But last two, a game I saw on CX's website, and legged it straight down there as soon as I saw it, because it was right at the top of my DS list. Didn't have to really pay too much for it because I traded in a load of other stuff. I actually bought Jaws Unleashed on the PS2, thinking it was quite good, not knowing that it was actually shit. Because I knew it was collectible, and I put 2 and 2 together and made 5. Bought Jaws Unleashed, turns out to be a turkey, so I thought I wasn't going to keep it, so I traded it into CX, and it got me a bit of credit, and I ended up getting a Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon, which is the DS version of the NES original, apparently, and quite difficult to get hold of. They don't often pop up on eBay. Maybe you'll have like sort of 1 or 2 at any one time, but they're often, you know, overpriced buy it nows. So if I thought it was £15, but obviously part of that was just exchange credit. So it made sense, because it's a game I'm definitely going to play, because I've been playing through the GBA versions and loving them. But my one proper indulgence for this week, probably my one genuine birthday present to myself, a game I've been looking at on eBay. There've been a whole load of buy it nows from one guy, and they sell pretty quickly, which is normally a good sign that he's got priced nicely, priced accurately, which is a good sign. And it was brand new. They were imports. They sold out. The first batch sold out, but then he released a whole load more. I'm guessing he's got a whole batch full in wherever he's from. And it was quite efficient. Turned up within a day. I paid and turned up within a day. And it was all packaged up nicely in one of those cardboard envelopes. And yeah, it was brand new, and it was all sealed and everything. And it is Contra 4. Also, my first, not so much an import, but my first imported game that I've got, that I imported myself, or paid for and bought myself. Obviously, even though it came from the UK. And yeah, there's not much more you can say about Contra. I love the Contra games, and especially the slightly more traditional ones. Maybe less so that one, but Operation C on the Game Boy is one of my absolute favourite games, and this looks very similar. I've never played the NES games, and I don't think I've ever played any on the SNES either, but I played the Game Boy Operation C, I've played Grisor on the Amstrad, and now I've got this, and I've played Shattered Soldier recently. I just bought that recently, So this does look brilliant, and I don't think this was released over in the UK, so it's the US version or anything. $15.99 on eBay. That's a good price if anybody likes the look of it. I think I did see somebody else buy that recently, actually. I apologise, but I can't remember who it was, but I definitely saw someone buy one. But so if anybody likes the look of it, they're $15.99 on eBay. But wow, 25 minutes. A good chunk of that was a rant about the miserable baldy fucker down the road. I might end up knocking out and going to prison for. Oh, next time I go down there, I'm going to go because I know he's going to be looking at me. He's going to be watching me, watching what I do with his signs. Not his signs. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you later.